Welcome to this Killick Explains video, and as we're still relatively early in a new tax year, I thought I'd talk about three things that I tell my children about money. I also talk to them about other things, I'm not quite that dull, but might be useful for you. So, I'm no spring chicken, and aging frankly has its downsides. However, it does have three quite big upsides. It brings experience, it gives you the benefit of more and more hindsight, and therefore it creates a degree of wisdom that young people and children don't have. Now, the one of those you can pass on, the only one really, is foresight. So in other words, you can use hindsight to create a little bit of foresight. You can nudge them, you can't control them, nudge them, advise them, and steer them. To do what, Tim? I would say three things. Start saving and investing early, even if you do it for them initially. Make sure you're ambitious. Go for your dreams, but be a little bit realistic along the way. Saves a lot of pain. That's not dream squashing, by the way. It's just introducing a little bit of realism. Come back to that. And learn, learn, learn. Knowledge is power, as the old cliche goes. So, starting early. Now, I've made these points before. Starting with even a tiny little bit of monthly saving, for example, is much better than nothing. Kids have time on their side, and time is your friend when it comes to compounding even small sums over long periods. All right, so get them into the habit of thinking about regular saving. And to encourage them, think about a reward system. I mean, a really simple one is something like every £1 that you save out of your pocket money, for argument's sake, or your summer earnings, depending on what age they are, is £1 I will match. And you'd be surprised how powerful that can be. It binds together me as a parent and them as a child. And they won't be able to see why they're saving money. Of course they won't. They want everything now. But that's the point. Get them into the habit of thinking about deferring gratification, as it's called, of thinking about their future selves, not just their current selves. And it's a lot to ask of someone who's very young, but it is a great mindset for later in life. Then try to let them combine ambition, dreams, big goals with a little bit of realism. And as an adult, basically your job is to let them fly with whatever they want to do. I mean, the future is theirs. They've made no bad choices as young kids, but give them that little bit of a safety net as well. Now, to bring that down to practical points when it comes to saving and investing, there are three things that I regularly try and caution my kids about. Fear of missing out, all right? And we all do it. I still do it as an adult. Don't keep looking over the garden fence at what the neighbours have got. Don't scour Facebook worrying that you're not in Morocco and all your friends seem to be or were. And they've frozen the one photo where it wasn't raining and they were happy and put that on Facebook as representing a fortnight's worth of activity. You know it happens, all right? Debt is a no-no if you can possibly avoid it. Now, we can't avoid debt all our lives. We need mortgages at a certain point, student loans and so on, but educate them on being selective. Don't pile everything onto a credit card. Don't go for personal loans. Avoid loan sharks. Keep checking the rate you're paying. So get them disciplined about debt, even if they can't fully avoid it. And social media is incredibly dangerous. I read a quote the other day saying that playtime for kids has been basically taken over with screen time for kids. And social media is incredibly dangerous for all sorts of reasons that people more qualified than me have written about. By the way, if you're thinking, how can I control it? I mean, taking away phones and computers from young kids is unrealistic, in my opinion. So I do a 20-minute system, 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off. What tends to happen is my kids will spend 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, then it will go 20, 40, then 20, 1 hour. You get the idea. So they get their fix, but not for too long and not at the price, essentially, I hope, of their emotional well-being. And then learning, all right? Basically, I know they're kids, but ultimately these days in life, there are two topics you really cannot avoid. Money is one and IT is the other. Now, kids tend to be pretty good on the second one, all right, and there are plenty of organisations trying to make sure they are. I mean, both my daughters are much more literate in many aspects of working computers than frankly I am. Money, on the other hand, they tend to think grows on trees, bank of mum and dad, so a little bit of education can go a long way. And if you're wondering where to start, well, I've actually devised a starter series of videos. I'll be very happy to send you a link to those. They're on our new website at the end of this video. And I want to just finish with the school principles for my eldest daughter's school. It's called the Bolingbroke Academy down in SW11. And basically, in order to get what they call a golden greyhound, you have to do three things: attend, try hard, and be a good person. So it's about being there, working hard, and being a good citizen. And if I could adapt those for the saving and investing mindset, attending is all about staying in the market, all right? Even if it's just a little amount every month, get that mindset of I need to be in it to win it. Trying hard, all right, is learning about money, just the basics, enough to have a sensible conversation, enough to build a bit of confidence. And being a good citizen when it comes to saving and investing is not panic selling, not treating your savings account as a cash point machine, not just going down to the local shop and going, oh, I'll pull my savings out and spend them. It's about being a good citizen when it comes to your attitude to the way you save and invest. All right, so there you have it. 3 lessons, 3 things, 3 possible ways to talk to your kids about money. There's lots more to know. So I've got other videos. That will be killick.com/learn. You might enjoy the new website. It's been overhauled from a few months ago. Then there are my guides. All right, they're reasonably readable. I'd like to think they are, reasonably jargon free. So that would be editor@killick.com. I mentioned a list of videos, again, editor@killick.com. And then there's Confidant. Now, I wouldn't necessarily suggest that is something your kids want to read straight away, unless they have trouble sleeping, that is. But it is our quarterly flagship magazine, and it does contain occasionally some quite useful hints and tips. So for a copy of that, editor@killick.com.